Hi, it's Jesse with a member update for the second week in May. Federal election is completed. We have an incoming government that has a number of commitments as it relates to things like conservation, outdoor access, firearms. So we will have a bunch of new MPs that our clubs and board are going to have to reach out, build relationships with. There's some good stuff in there around nature-based solutions, which is great. Soft infrastructure usually helps things like fish passage, watershed restoration, fish habitat, probably be some stuff there around ecosystem restoration for controlled, prescribed, and cultural burns, which is great. It looks like the firearms file will continue to be a challenge. Also, there's a commitment around 10 new national parks and marine protected areas. Big concern for those who are concerned with public access, especially for things like hunting and fishing. That is something that we will continue to work on with the National Fishing and Hunting Collaborative as well, with the associations, federations from coast to coast to coast. So lots of work to do federally. Last week we were in Victoria meeting with the Minister of Waterlands Resource Stewardship and the Ministry of Agriculture as well. We are in a major crunch from a budgetary perspective for our fish and wildlife biologists and all things that we care about. We focused on dedicated funding and solutions that we can help leverage over time, which will do great things for wildlife, for fish, and for the people who care about them. We talked about public access. We talked about chronic wasting disease, whirling disease, mussels, mycoplasma ovi pneumonia in sheep as well. Wildlife disease invasives are a really big threat right now in BC, and we also talked about the hunting regulations in the piece. We had a number of presentations at our AGM in Dawson Creek that showed up in the northeast there are a ton of moose. I think we're somewhere around 47,000 is the estimate. The harvest rate currently is around 1%, which is decimal dust, to be quite frank. And we also have a number of areas where we're actively doing wolf management for caribou recovery. In those areas are seeing moose densities that are through the roof, and no one gets to go hunt them. So that's a problem. We will continue to focus on that. There'll be a bunch of public education, getting out, connecting with nature. Hunting and fishing sustainably are big things for us right now. Public access, both federally and provincially, is a big concern, so we'll continue to raise those. Our AGM went really well up in Dawson Creek. Thanks to everyone who made the trek. It is a very long distance run to get up there. Thanks to the AGM committee, new board, all the delegates that attended, and especially a bunch of the volunteers on the AGM committee and that were there every single day. So Matt Kong, Joe Dolosky, Larry Moody, and Brenda Matthias, thank you for all that you did. Some awesome northern hospitality. You were there every step of the way, especially Brenda with the AGM committee and everybody else shuttling people back and forth from the club and up to Fort St. John to catch their flights. Just great to see so many people helping out. Last week we were also at the Italian Club meeting with them to talk about their concerns and how we spread the message around things like funding and chronic wasting disease. I got some really great champions inside of the club who are looking to move the ball downfield, get more people in a room, get talking to MLAs and MPs. So it was great to see. We had another event at Westside Stores. Thanks to Jason and Sarah Bellows for putting that on. A pile of good engagement, folks who are really keen on the issues, getting up to speed, lots of good dialogue, and people who are now going to go out and talk to their MLAs and their MPs to start pushing for public access, managing things like chronic wasting disease, keeping mussels out of our waters, and dedicated funding. CWD, by the time you get this, we will have had a webinar with Dr. Moss. It's based on 20 years of management and data out of Wyoming. It'll be great. You'll be able to see it on YouTube there after it's been presented on Wednesday. Recommend everybody tune into that. Hunters and hunting is probably the greatest support and management tool that we have to trying to keep prevalence down in CWD. This presentation will really illustrate that, and the paper that supports it does as well. Hunters are the single biggest, contributor in terms of management, understanding prevalence, and trying to stay ahead of the spread with CWD that the province has. So hunters are a real asset. Other than that, we have a pile of programs coming up. Fishing Forever. There's some women outdoors programs happening in Peachland in June and in Lake Windermere and Invermere in July. Make sure you check those out on our website and on the member update. Otherwise, tons of people are out bear hunting, turkey hunting, and fishing. In the interior, it looks like we didn't have a pile of lakes that had winter kill this year, which is an awesome sign. Seeing lots of pictures, lots of smiles. Make sure you get out with your friends and family, spend some time on the water and in the mountains. Talk to you soon.